Elsie, thank you. 532, vaccinations, unemployment benefits, and stimulus checks. Now that the impeachment trial is over, the Senate is getting back to work, focusing on the best ways to provide relief to millions of Americans who are hurting right now. But Republicans and Democrats are still fighting over the best way to do that. An important voice in that battle is Arizona Senator Mark Kelly. We caught up with him at Luke Air Force Base to get his take. Outside, it was the roar of the F-35 as Arizona Senator Mark Kelly kicked off his tour Tuesday at Luke Air Force Base. The former Navy pilot meeting with airmen before getting an up-close look at the fighter jets. ABC-15, the only TV station allowed on the airfield.
We also have a 944th Mission Support Group.
And inside, a roundtable meeting with airmen, covering a wide range of topics from military funding, cases of COVID-19, and the quest to get more military members vaccinated. Luke officials tell me 1,400 vaccinations have been given out on base to healthcare workers, airmen preparing for deployment, and retirees 75 and over. Here on base, it sounds like they're hurting. Obviously, across Arizona and across the country, there still is a need for vaccinations. What do you think Congress can do to try to speed this up?
Well, Senator Sinema and I reached out to the White House. We sent a letter. I've had conversations with folks in the White House about getting more doses of this vaccine for Arizona because, as all of us know, we've got a higher population here than our Arizona residents in the winter. When we've got great weather, folks come from other states. We've got to make sure that we have the vaccines available to vaccinate them as well.
Funding for vaccinations likely to be part of the next round of COVID-19 relief. But the clock is ticking right now on other programs like unemployment benefits. So Congress has to act quickly. But there are several key provisions still being debated. Just last week, fellow Arizona Democratic Senator Kyrsten Sinema, a key vote, said the $15 federal minimum wage item was a no-go on this stimulus package. Just to confirm, for the $15 minimum wage, you said you support it, but it just matters how it's packaged?
Yeah, I mean, the details matter, and how do we phase it in? What does the legislation look like? But it's important that we raise the minimum wage. I've spoken to folks that try to survive, let's put it that way, on minimum wage, try to get by, to raise a family. It's impossible. I mean, you can't work 40 hours a week on minimum wage and raise a family and have a decent standard of living. So we need to raise the minimum wage.
President Joe Biden wants to spend $1.9 trillion, but Republicans say it's simply too much, throwing their support behind a package that's a third of the cost.
We'll figure out what the top line number of this happens to be. There'll be negotiation between the House and the Senate. I think it's important that we target the relief to where it's needed the most. But this is the economic crisis that we're still facing is significant. I mean, we're not seeing GDP growth numbers that we would like, and the unemployment rate is still high. We've got to get people back to work. We've got to get kids back in school. That's going to take resources.
And experts say more than 10 million Americans could lose their unemployment benefits by mid-April if Congress doesn't work out a deal to try to extend this assistance.
All right, Nick, thank you. Great interview there.